Welcome to Senior Coding Platform. In today's session, we are going to create a countdown. So countdown, it is nothing but you can able to see over here. This is seconds, and this comes under like minutes. Maybe you can add this as a microsecond, that is milliseconds, and seconds, minutes, days. This can be also added in this particular circle. So normally when you search on the any web browser like Amazon, Flipkart, you can able to notice the offer end or the sales start where they will be processed a countdown. So on that case, we will be using this simple JavaScript concept in this platform. Let's see how it is working in this. So on the Xenia platform, I'm going to process with HTML basis. Under the HTML, I'm going to create the which is unordered list. Since it is an unordered list, I'm using as UL ID, which is equivalent to demo. So under the list, I'm going to create a class. So which is as the first representation could be the circle of days. So my next class could be is circle hours. So next I'm going to create with the class of circle minutes. Next I'm going to create the class of circle seconds. So far we are done, and we need to create the scripting part. So under the script of source, I'm making as a app.js, and I'm closing this. So I'm just opening the file. So under the file name, I'm just creating as app. So under the app, I'm going to set the date where we need to count down. So I'm going to use a function as a variable, and I'm making as count down date, which is equivalent to new date. I'm making here as maybe I'm choosing October. I'm making as maybe October 12, 21. So next on the time, at what time we need to start, we can specify. I'm making here as maybe 13:55 49 seconds, where it should tell us the get time. Next, we need to update the countdown for every second. For this, I am going to declare a variable which is the set interval, and I'm making their function as get today's date and time, and I'm declaring the variable now, which is new date, that we need to process the get time. So next we need to find out the distance between the now and the countdown date. For this, I am making as variable distance. Under this, I am making as countdown date. It should be subtract from my now time. So next we need to calculate the calculation for the days and hours and minutes and second. For this, I'm going to use variable days, which is math.floor I'm making here as distance. So under the distance, I'm dividing the value of 1000 and converting into minutes, again converting into seconds, and converting into day. So next I'm processing for variable of hours, where for the hours the same thing, math.floor. I'm repeating this process. You can copy. I'm making here as hours, and the distance should be this could be nothing but percentage. We will be taking the reminder, and I'm using one more bracket, and processing over here, that this should be divisible by 1000, should multiply by 60, and again should multiply by 60. So again I'm processing for variable minutes, which is math.floor. Under the math.floor, I'm going to use a distance. I'm using the same thing. Again 60 into 24, and I'm dividing 1000 into 60 into 60. So again I'm processing for seconds. So under the second, I'm using the math.floor distance divisible 1000 into 60 into 60, and it should be divisible by 1000. So next we need to get the value from the days, hours. For this I am going to make document query selector document dot query selector, where it should process dot days. I'm making as inner HTML, which is equivalent to get the values of days. So similarly I'm making for document dot query selector, I'm making for hours dot inner HTML, which is equivalent to hours. So next I'm making for document dot query selector as minutes under the inner HTML, where it should store seconds. So next we need to count down, where I'm making their condition as if my distance is less than 0, then it should clear my interval of x, and so where I'm going to use as document dot get element by ID. So I'm using the demo. So under the demo of inner HTML, I'm making as expired. So once the countdown is completed, or whenever we are seeing, it will be listed like this. So this is a simple scripting for this countdown. So under the styling part, I have created the body of margin of 0 and padding of 0 and display as a flex and justify content as a center. Next I have made their alignment items to be center and height to be 100 VH. VH is a virtual height. For the font family, I have set it as Helvetica and sans serif, and the font width I have been chosen as 100. Next I have set their color. After this, I am choosing their demo as a display flex, and for the unordered list of their style, I make it as none. Next, I have done for their listed, which is of border and border radius, height, width, display, justify content, align item, and margin. So this is a simple style. I have done this for the countdown part. I just want to recollect on the scripting basis. We have done the countdown time, and we have declared the variable which is countdown for every second, and we have get the today's date and time, and it doesn't require of today's and date and time. We can mention any date and time according to your convenient. So I'm just seeing on my portal itself, it is processing. This is nothing but second, minute, hours, and this is representation of days. Okay, so maybe if we have tomorrow date, in the sense, definitely the value could be changed over here. I hope this countdown part, it is very helpful on the simple of JavaScript. We can see on the next interesting video. Thank you.